Alright, so this is my main panel here, and it is pretty much full. Now I want to add some additional loads to this. I'm going to add some new ACs and some other things, and I'm really just too maxed out here to do it the way I want to do. I'm not really going to draw any more power that's going to really exceed my total amperage that would be coming through the main panel. So instead of replacing this, I'm going to add a sub panel. I'm going to add it right here. Alright, so first thing, I'm going to carefully remove my existing panel cover, see what I have to work with inside. Be careful with this. When you take this off, you don't want it to fall back in and hit any of the lugs in there because you will get electrocuted. So you got to be pretty careful doing this. And if you have no comfort doing this, you should really hire an electrician. I'm just going to show you how I got it done, and hopefully I don't get hurt along the way. Alright, so keeping my arm up on it here so it doesn't go anywhere. Okay, I've got pressure on it. I'll hold it like this and then pull it off carefully. I pulled the top out first so the top doesn't fall back in. So here's what we got to work with. Now what I would do is flip this main breaker off, and that would kill all power to the house and minimize my chances of getting electrocuted. However, it's important to note that these lugs up here and these wires will still be hot, so you still have to be careful. Now for now, what I'm trying to do is figure out the best way to get my power out of here and into my new box, and then use that to determine where I want to place my new box. So I'm thinking I'll probably pop out right through here. I've got some knockout stuff right here, and maybe do a straight shot across. Now there's a few different ways on how to decide where to put the sub panel. One is aesthetics, you want it to look good, so I think I'm going to put this one to line up with this one. However, the other thing to consider is how your power is going to come through and how you're going to pipe it. And so in this case, I'm guessing if I put it here, the bottom's going to be about here, and I'll be able to kind of run a 90-degree pipe run up, and it hopefully should fit okay. So that's what I'm hoping. That will be the top of our box. And then we have a stud in here, so we will cut along that side of the stud. And now we know where the top's going to be. I can mark the bottom. Alright, there's our top and bottom. Okay, so I know there's a stud in here. I'm going to find it first. Alright, there's our stud, I think. There we go. Stud is right here. Now I know the stud is, I mark this side. Okay. And now that I know that side, I can deduce. There we go. Now I know where to cut. Alright, now we can just cut our hole. And it's a good idea to put a drywall screw in here because we don't want this drywall to fall out. Alright, good to go. Okay, so the next step is I got to figure out how to get my piping from this to this. Get a rough idea. It'll be something like that. So I'm going to need some couplings and extensions. Okay, so I got to drill through here, in here, but my pipe coming in is going to be a 3/4 inch pipe. This knockout's too big. So one option I can drill through this, and I can go through the 2x4, which that's going to be kind of tough. Or what I can do is rip out this big knockout and put in this filler, which goes down to the 3/4 I need, put it in there, and I think that's going to be the easier option. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to pop out this knockout first. So I'm just going to take a flathead screwdriver under here and pop it out. There we go. Alright, now I need to try to drill through this stud, and I'm going to make some room by taking out some of these breakers. This was an extra breaker. Yes. Let me get by with this one. Now we got to do the same thing with the sub panel, and again, instead of using one of these over here, I want to be in the center, but that's too big and it doesn't really work real good to drill through that. So I'm just going to, this one's actually pretty easy. I can push it from the bottom. There we go. And just kind of wiggle that off, and then we have this guy right here. Then we can put our 3/4 into that. Gotta figure out my length of my pipe here and make a mark where I think we need to cut it. Okay, to make my pipe connection, to join the two panels, I'm just using some conduit, some PVC cement, glue everything together. Alrighty. and these will be the nipples that go into the things. And then we put glue on both sides. Boom. So this wires will come down here and go to the different panels. So I'm going to feed this through my hole down here. Put this on. Alright, we are good there. In this case, it was easier to run the wires through first, but you can see I've got 4 wires, 1 copper. This is number 4 wire. I'm going to run an 80 amp breaker, and I've got 2 hots, 1 neutral. I did mark 1 on both sides because I do need to know which one's going into the neutral bar. Alright, the drywall is actually holding this in pretty good, but I have to actually mount it into the wall. So I'm going to pre-drill into the panel to put a couple screws. Okay, just gonna put this in with a few panhead screws. And these actually could drill through the metal, but I just pre-drilled them in. Alright, there's 1. 2. And I'll put 2 more over here. And that makes it nice and snug and bug. And then these are actually self-tapping screws. Alright, now it's not going anywhere. Alright, just trying to get these lined up.
So the first thing I'm going to do here is install the ground wire. I'm simply going to bend it in position to make it kind of nice and tidy, and then I'm going to insert it into the ground bar, and then I'm going to come back and use an Allen wrench to snug it down nice and tight. Next, we're going to install the first 120 volt leg. Got to strip the wire first. This is 4 gauge wire to handle the amperage we are planning. Once it's stripped, I insert it into the power feed bar and I snug it down with the Allen key. Same thing with the other side. This is providing the other 120 volts. We're going to stick that in to the other power feed bar, and then again we're going to use the Allen wrench to tighten it down nice and snugly. Now these 2 wires are what are providing the 240 volts to our sub panel. Once I get them tight, I come back and I tighten them even again just to make sure they're nice and solid. And then finally, this marked wire is my neutral wire. That's going to go into the isolated neutral bar. And again, we're going to snug that down with the Allen wrench. Important to note here, you want to get rid of this green screw when you have a sub panel, because you do not want the ground bar and the neutral bar connected. That green screw will bond those 2 together. We don't want that in this case.
Okay, so on the panel side, the main panel, I'm gonna wire everything up on this side, and I'm gonna do my ground first. So I'm just gonna slide this into our ground bar and tighten that down. And then we gotta hook up the hots and the neutral. Okay, so now I want to go ahead and hook the neutral up to the neutral in the main panel. Now in the main panel, the neutral and the ground bars are tied together. So in this case, I can either go to here or here and I'm fine. So in my case, I'm gonna go here. I have my neutral wire marked and I'm gonna go ahead and stick it in. All right, so what I did is I leave a little slack in here with this loop, but I need to cut the wire to space. So I'm just gonna use these, cut our wire. All right. And then I need to strip it back. Okay. Put it right in there and then crank it down. Neutral comes in here. This is our 80 amp breaker. That's gonna feed our sub panel. And so I'm gonna line up my wire where I about want it to come in there, and then I'll cut it. And then that's gonna go right in there. So strip it. There's actually better ways to strip this thicker wire, but making do with what I have here. Cut this other wire. Just gonna cut it at the same length. Here, yes. Strip this one too. Okay, so now I need to put these in the breaker, and I think what I'm gonna do is pop the breaker out. This is an 80 amp breaker. It's gonna feed our sub panel, so it's a big sub panel, but I'm just running an 80 amp feed to it because that will suffice for my needs. I wanted to get the same type of breaker box, and I wanted to get moving on this, so the only thing I could find in stock was that bigger panel. But 80 amps will be fine for what my needs are. So just loosen these up and then put this in. We're gonna crank it down. Nice and snug here. There's actually torque specs on a lot of these. You wanna make sure they're tightened nice and good. And a lot of times on these bigger ones, heavy gauge wire, you're supposed to come back and check them every so often after they get heated up and cooled down over time. They may loosen supposedly. Okay, nice and snug. And now that that's nice and snug, what I do, okay, so boom, we've got our two hots, our neutral, and then our ground is right there. So now this is officially connected to that. Cool beans. All right, there we go. Now it's ready to populate.
All right, let's see if it works. Here is our sub panel breaker. Okay. All right, so between the neutral and the one leg of hot, we get 120. Between these two, we should get 240, which I'm maxed out there, but let's check these two again. Another leg of 120. Boom. Let's try for 240 here. Okay. And then 240, so our panel is live. Alright, so to show you how I'm taking this new sub panel and I'm feeding another sub panel on the other side of the house, I basically have the two hots come into these legs of the breakers. This breaker gets its feed from these two bars, which are getting our feed from our main panel over here. So this breaker is feeding these two hot wires. Then I have a neutral wire and a neutral bar back there, if you can see it. And then obviously our ground is in there. So this sub panel, when I flip this on, will feed the other sub panel outside. All right, before I put the panel door back on, I gotta knock out these knockouts to fit my two breakers for now. Stick this under here and pry it. Once you get the first one out, the next ones are easy. And we're back and forth. You go. There you go. I've got my neutral wire. I have my